Welcome everyone to round 12 of the 2011 GP4 Offline Championship season. I am your host for today, George Roke, and we are here for the Belgian Grand Prix at the infamous Spa-Francorchamps circuit. So first of all, we will go over the race rating and the Hungary driver of the day. So the race rating was given a 6.7 out of 10, a pretty fair race rating, I have to say. And the driver of the day was, of course, given to James Willows, who won the race ahead of his teammate Florian Volker after they both lapped the entire field, which the last time that happened was in the 2006 season. Unfortunately, my memory is not too great, so I can't quite remember what race, but I imagine those who've watched this series all the way through will have a better idea. We are here at Spa, so James Willows, who won the race last year, will now be looking to win this race, hopefully maybe even get himself back into the title fight, we don't know. But Spa, of course, host of many of the famous corners, and El Rouge, known as the focal point of this track. We also have corners like Pouon, Blanchimont, the bus stop chicane, we have Lassour's hairpin, Stavelot, and of course we are using the current layout of the circuit. So anyway, the grid for the race. James Willows and Florian Volker, the two Red Bulls, 1 and 2 on the front row. Third place is Alex Southgate, a very impressive qualifying from him, with Jay McKenzie also very impressive. Renault in 4th, Miguel Oscar is 5th, followed by Felix Sonntag for Mercedes in 6th, a good qualifying by both Mercedes. 7th place is Waze Cooper, followed by Roland Moitin in 8th place. We now head on to the 5th row of the grid. In 9th place is the Ferrari of Joseph Willows. Not a great qualifying from Ferrari here at Spa. And in 10th place is George Roque for Renault. As we now go on to the 6th row of the grid, we see Viggo Holst in 11th. And in 12th place is Lucas Levi, a better qualifying from him after what has been a tricky first season after replacing Rens Jans in the top tier of the OC. Evan Byrne, a very, very poor qualifying from him in 13th place, with Sam Thompson in 14th. Qualifying was also again wet, so the weather that had gone all the way from Britain to Germany, now to Hungary, also transferred to Belgium as well, gone back to Belgium as well. 15th place is Ricky Varkazane, 14th was Sam Thompson, I should say. 15th place was Ricky Varkazane, followed by Adam Wolf in 16th place. 17th place is Armar Carr with Xavier Quinlan in 18th. Not a good qualifying from both Toro Rossos, with Roman Quag 19th and Robbie Inescu, the other Toro Rosso, in 20th place. And on the back row of the grid, we have Sean Grant for Virgin and Michael Mocho for Lotus. So that is the grid for the Belgian Grand Prix, and now we will have a look to see what the weather will be like. Will the weather continue to be wet for the race? So let us find out and see. And the answer is no, it will not. It will be bright sunshine for the whole race for once, which is going to be interesting because that's not usually the case in Spa. Usually the weather is unpredictable, but we shall see how this goes. The 101 race in the OC. So let's see how this race will go. So now we are on the grid. James Willows on pole, followed by Florian Volker in 2nd, Southgate 3rd, Mackenzie 4th, and Gal 5th. Who will get the jump into La Source? We shall wait and see. So the lights are now coming on. We now have 3 lights, 4 lights, and we have 5 lights. And we're underway here for the Belgian Grand Prix, and James Willows makes a good start. Does Volker make a good start as well? But Alex Southgate looks to have made quite a good start in Mercedes. But it looks like, is Volker going to take the lead round the outside? And yes, he does. Volker takes the lead at turn 1, and Mackenzie's now trying to get second. What a start by Florian Volker. What a start by Mackenzie as well. Is he going to take second as they head towards El Rouge? And is he going to take it? I believe it looks like he is. It's going to be side by side. Webber and Alonso back into the real life 2011 there. But Mackenzie's made a fantastic start, and he's got second. And Robbie Inescu, as you can see, is out of the race at the Assault's hairpin as they head up to Lecombe for the first time. As Volker takes the lead, and Southgate now trying to get past Willows for 3rd, and he's done so. What a disastrous start for Willows. He was on pole position, and once again his start let him down. So what has happened here at the back? So let's have a look. What happened to Robert Ionescu? We shall see. Let's go to his view. So he was running in 20th. It wasn't a good qualifying, and already once again for Ionescu, it has not, despite scoring 3 8th-place finishes in a row. He's unfortunately involved in a first corner accident again, so let's see what happens. So he's made an okay start, hadn't really made up any positions. He also had to get a bit stacked up into turn 1, and he'd gone into the back of the Lotus there. I believe that was Roman Quag, and looks like that was a mistake of his own making. That's not particularly good there from Ionescu's part, from the Romanian's part. So that is Ionescu out of the race, and as we can see, and that's George Roque, who's lost his rear wing. And so there's something else happened at turn 1, and that's Felix Sonntag, who's lost his rear wing as well. What has happened here? Another incident has happened further up ahead, so let's go on board with Felix Sonntag, who was in 6th place. And let's have a look what it was. And it was the Sauber of, I believe that was Lucas Levi, and it was Lucas Levi once again involved in another first corner collision. He must be absolutely, well, Roke and Sontag, I should say, must be absolutely fuming. So let's have a look on board from Hull's view. So he made an alright start. He made certainly a better start than Joseph Willis did. And he actually gained he actually gained a few positions. Look at that. He went up all the way up into 7th place. A great start there. But that was bad. So let's have a look on board from Lucas Levi's point of view. As you can see here, just goes into the back. Does a really stupid mistake from Levi once again. He really needs to stop doing these things at the first corner if he wants to have a chance to keep his seat at Sauber for next season. But Ionescu, disastrous start for him, but also a disastrous start for James Willis once again. His starts let him down. That is his main bane in this series. He can't, unfortunately, seem to get a good start. Unlike, he hasn't really managed to make a good start so far this season. Quite a few of them have been bad, and already he's dropped behind Mackenzie and Southgate. Mackenzie will be absolutely delighted with the start he's made, as now there is a battle for third place. And now Evan Byrne, who's up to 11th, as they're now going past Sontag's car. There goes Ricky Parkrazane, goes round the outside as they're going to drop all the way to the back. And now Amar Carr goes past. Now so does Michael Mocho and Roman Quagg, and so does the Williams, and it's going very tight as they head through Pouon. And there's Mocho at the back, there's Roke and Levi, who obviously lost bits there. Carl Roke will be absolutely furious with that, having just scored points in the last race. Unfortunately, the bad luck has now returned to him. Mackenzie seems to be doing quite well so far at the moment. His luck is going his way. Roke trying to overtake Levi as they now, as the two Virgins and a Lotus, try and get past Sontag's slow car. Now here's a battle for, it looks like 5th place. Jason Willis has dropped quite far back between, looks like Gal, Viggo Holst, who's made a fantastic start, and Waze Kuba as they now come out of the bus stop chicane to complete the first lap of the race. Bogus the fastest lap as they now head into the La Source hairpin for the second time, I should say. And Kuba goes in right behind Holst, is right behind Gal as they head down towards the other pits, and they head towards El Rouge. Mackenzie in second, what a great start he's made. Southgate in third, and now Holst is going to try and go around the outside of Gal. It's not going to work. But he's going to have the slipstream coming onto the straight as Holst is right behind Gal. I don't know if Kuba's going to be close enough for him to make a move, but Holst is going to be right behind Gal as they come onto the straight, and he's now on the inside. Is he going to have enough straight line speed to overtake Gal before coming into Le Com? And the answer is yes, he does, and he moves up into 5th place. What a start he's had. Now we're on board with Southgate, who's attacking Jamie Mackenzie for 2nd place, and is he going to make the move stick? And yes, he does into Le Com. He makes the move stick. A great move, and now Viggo Holst is making the move stick on James Willows for 4th place. Not a good start unless he's on a bit of fuel there for James Willows. But a great start there from Southgate. Now it's a battle between Roland Moyton and Joseph Willis for the final point, and it looks like Moyton's made the move stick as he's still side by side, very, very close. And they've now got a Williams, I believe that is, of Sam Thompson behind him, and now Sam Thompson's going to get past him because Moyton has, and so does Thompson, or does Willows keep it round the outside? But Thompson has made the move stick, has he? And yes, he has, and Willows has been absolutely mugged there. Absolutely mugged as they come into Pouon for the 4th time. Let's have a look what happens. So obviously there was Moyton on the inside of Willows, and Thompson just took advantage of that, caught Willows napping, and Willows tried to defend, but it was way too late, and there was nearly contact there. Very, very close, but fortunately they managed to avoid contact, and Thompson made the move stick. Good move there by the Englishman, who will want to impress him. He wants to keep a seat for next season, with the silly season now open. Now Ricky Parkrazane making a move on the Virgin of Xavier Quinlan, and he moves up to 12th place. And now we go into the right and left-hander before they head towards Blanchimont. And Parkrazane moves up to 12th, Carl's in 14th. We look down the rest of the order, Sontag in 19th place at the moment. And oh no, Sontag will not be in 19th place. He's got an electrical problem, and that is just going to sum up his race right there. Gets hit, unfortunately, by Levi, and who then hits Roke into him. But now Sontag is going to have to pit again. What an absolute disaster of a race it has been so far. It's not been a particularly great season for Mercedes, or for Sontag particularly. You'll hope for better after last season, but unfortunately it's not gone very well at all. And he's been passed by Roke, and now he's set to be passed by Levi. He might even be lapped, even though this is quite a long lap. I don't know if he will, but it might be close. But Sontag will drop to 21st and to last place. And will he actually get to the pits will be the interesting thing. He's had to do most of the lap with that with that electrical problem, and he comes round as he heads towards Blanchimont, and he comes through. He's going at a speed much slower than anyone else, as now he heads at half the speed that everyone else is going at. He heads towards Blanchimont. Now he heads towards the bus stop chicane. He goes through Blanchimont, goes to the left-hander. Now he heads towards Blanchimont. GP2 engine in there right now, but now here is the battle. We're going back for 6th place between Waze and Miklos Gau, heading through El Rouge, very, very close there. But Kuba will now try and make a move coming onto the straight before Lecom. Now Roland Morton is also caught up because they both got a bad run through El Rouge, and now Kuba's going to be on the inside of Gau as they head in towards Lecom. And now it's going to be side by side. Is he going to make the move stick Kuba? And the answer is yes, he does. He moves up into 6th place. Gau down to 7th. Not been a good race for him, but now he's got Moichin from accompany his fellow Hungarian right behind him as they now head towards the hairpin. And now here's Moichin trying to make a move on Gau coming into the source. And he can't quite make the move stick there, but he'll try a move. Probably coming up the straight, is he? But no, hang on, he's going side by side. Is he going to try and make a move through El Rouge? That's going to be very risky. And Moichin goes around the outside, and he's done it! What an absolutely fantastic move by Roland Moichin. Unbelievable, and he absolutely takes Gau there. He was not expecting that whatsoever. He had a fantastic run through La Source, and he went around the outside. Gau probably wasn't expecting him to be that ballsy coming through, and what a move that is by Roland Moichin. One of the overtakes of the season, that is for sure. Gau was not expecting that whatsoever, so let's go on board. He just didn't get a particularly good run out of La Source, and then here comes Moichin as he comes on the inside, and there he goes right round the outside. Must be going at nearly full power. Gallus obviously back off a slight bit, but now he's going to be right behind Moichin coming onto the straight. Is he going to make a move straight back on him? He's going to go side by side. Is Moichin going to defend? Coming into Lecom, Gau tries to go on the inside, and does he make it back? And yes, he does. Unfortunately for Moichin, that was quite short-lived, but that'll still be one of the overtakes of the season come the end of the season. That's certainly the overtake at the moment. I will find it will be quite hard to find one better than that, especially around one of the most fascinating corners on the calendar. But Gau now back ahead of Moichin, and now here is Evan Burns running in 12th place at the moment. He's not had a good race at all at the moment. He's really just lingering down there, as now here is Miklos Gau, who's now actually been overtaken by Moichin once again, and he's now moved up into 7th place. So Moichin managed to stick behind him, and he made a move coming into the hairpin. There was nearly contact, but Gau, you can see, just went a bit wide there, and Moichin sensed the opportunity and pounced on it, and he took the place. And now Sam Thompson is right behind, and now Joseph Willers might catch up as well if they're not careful. But Gau seems to be struggling at the moment, so Thompson obviously hasn't got many laps to fuel, so it looks like he's going to be going for the 2-stop as they head out of the left-hander of Pouon. Now into the pits comes Florian Volker for his first stop, so it looks like he is going to go for the 2-stopper as he comes into the hits on lap 11 for his first pit stop of the race, and it looks like Alex Southgate is going to do exactly the same. Let's see which pit crew does the quickest stop. Mercedes in real life have done quite a few quick ones, so let's see if they do another one here at Spa. Is now the Force India of, I believe that is Viggo Holst, who's just come into the pits. And yes, it is. And now Miklos Gau, who's now just ahead of Sam Thompson, but he seems to take a bit of an unusual line coming into La Source there. But Holst pits, so he'll be going 19 laps, so he'll be pitting one more time before the end. 10.7 second stop there. And now into the pits comes Jay McKenzie, who's leading the series probably for the first time since 2008, I think. Unfortunately for McKenzie, his career has not gone particularly well since leaving BMW Sauber. He's been at Renault the past couple of seasons, but this season, particularly in Hungary, it summed up the luck that he's had over the last couple of seasons, where unfortunately he collided with Sean Grant on the last lap, which prevented him from getting a decent haul of points for the team. But it looks like, unless any other problems occur, he will get more points here today. He's having a very, very good race. He's been much better than Roke has all weekend, really. So he comes out of the pits, a 9.9 second stop. Let's see where he comes out on the track. Is he going to come out and he's going to stay in 5th place, as there's Gallon Thompson in front of him. He just comes out behind Volker, so he actually was pretty close, actually. And he crucially does come out ahead of Ricky Parker, but is he going to try and make the same move that Boyton did coming into El Rouge? And let's have a look, it's going to be side by side, and no, Volker has to back off. And now Southgate is right behind as well, so McKenzie's just got ahead of Southgate, crucially. Now here's a battle between Florian Volker, and I believe that was Waze Cooper. Now Southgate, you're going to try and get past Ricky Parker coming into Lecom. It's going to be side by side, and Southgate is going to make the move stick. And no, he doesn't. He keeps it around the outside. Now here is Jay McKenzie, who's right behind Joseph Willers, and there's a yellow flag out, and Roman Quagga's spun coming into La Source. So there's been obviously a spin there. He's had a collision with someone, and he's had a collision with Adam Wolf. So let's see what happened here. So Wolf was defending the inside, and I mean, he did maybe move across, you could say, did Wolf, but I suppose if he was trying to move, it wasn't particularly on. But Quagg spins, and he loses no positions, but he loses a lot of time. As now Roland Moichin comes through the hairpin, there comes Jules. Now Miklos Gau running in 3rd place at the moment. He's still got 17 laps, so he's going quite a long way on this set of fuel. And Joseph Willows looks like he is doing the exact same as now. Here is Jay McKenzie, who is right behind him, and he's surely going to make the move, and so is Volker. He's making the move on Gal, coming into Lecombe. It's 4 cars side by side, coming into Lecombe, and McKenzie makes the move stick, and I believe Volker didn't actually make the move stick on Gal, so he's had to stick behind him. He needs to be careful though, because McKenzie could close up, but now Volker's going to make the move, is he? And Gal, has he got a bit wide? I'm not sure. He's still in front at the moment. He's holding up the pack. He's got Volker, McKenzie, and now he's got, I believe that is Willows and Southgate behind him as well. And is he going to try and make a move coming into Pouon? And Volker tries it, but is he going to make him? Oh no, Gal's gone wide. He's gone wide into Pouon, and he's let McKenzie through, and now he's going to let Southgate and Joseph Willows through, and now he could let Ricky Falkenstein through if he's not careful. He goes over the curb, he almost loses the car. He keeps 7th place, but unfortunately it's not working out very well for Gal at the moment. Unfortunately, he has lost it under pressure there, and he goes a bit wide, and he unfortunately loses 4 places, and he rejoins the track, and he goes over the curb. He almost loses the car as he comes over the curb, but unfortunately keeps control of it. Now it's got Ricky Falkenstein right behind him. Evan Byrne, who's up to 9th, but he's not had a very good race at all. He's just not had any pace whatsoever in this race, and now here is a battle for P20 between Felix Sontag and Lucas Levi. This is a battle you probably wouldn't expect to see, but Levi now on the inside of Sontag coming into Lecombe, and is Levi going to make the move stick? And the answer is yes, he does, and that is 20th place for Lucas Levi, but these are the positions that they will not particularly want to be battling with right now, because unfortunately it's kind of irrelevant, because unfortunately they are nowhere near the points at the moment, and I believe Ionescu is actually still the only driver to have retired from this race so far. But now Jay McKenzie comes into the pits for Renault for his second and final stop of the race. McKenzie's had a fantastic race so far compared to Roke, who's been obviously involved with the crash with Levi, has been stuck down the field. But McKenzie comes into the pits. Let's see how quick this stop will be for the Renault crew. And there's another yellow flag out. I believe that is at the source as well, so something's happened there as well. You can see there's a yellow flag being waved, but it's been taken away now. But McKenzie comes out, 11.4 second stop. He'll come out in 10th place, just outside of the points. He comes up behind the Toro Rosso Barmark car. Ricky Falkenstein is also in the pits as well. Moichin comes out, is just coming through the source in 11th place there. McKenzie comes out in 12th. There's now Bigger Holst is right behind someone in 8th place, and now Ricky Falkenstein comes in. So there was a yellow flag out at turn 1, so something has obviously happened there. I'm not sure what, but Ricky Falkenstein does an 11.6 second stop as he now comes out onto the track. So what happened at the source will be interesting to see how the yellow flag occurred. So it looked like it was, it was Alex Southgate, and it was Alex Southgate and Joseph Willows. That could benefit Jay McKenzie, certainly, in the battle for 4th place, and he just runs into the back of Willows, does Southgate. That will not do his race any favours, but that's just given a helping hand to Jay McKenzie there. Not what Southgate wanted to do in the slightest there, but now Waze Kuba is now in the pits for Ferrari for his final stop of the race. And let's see where he will come out. There's a Red Bull in as well, so that was James Willows. So that is a battle, I believe, for 2nd place, but Volker looks pretty good at the moment, unless Volker has to make another stop. I'm not sure. And the answer is yes, he does in fact have to make another stop, because he had made another one earlier on. So at the moment, I believe it is James Willows who will actually inherit the lead. So despite that poor start, James Willows might still inherit the lead of this race, which we didn't certainly expect that. And let's see where he comes out on track. So will he come out behind? Well, actually no, he has, I believe, come out behind Kuba and Willows, as now Miklos Gal locks up coming into the source, and now here is a battle on lap 37. There hasn't actually been much action in this race, and now here's a battle between George Roke and Michael Mocho. Roke tries it around the outside of a roof. That is not going to work, and now Roke has the chance to do it on the straight. As he now comes through, he's right behind him, he's got the slipstream, and surely he's going to make the move coming down the straight. This is the battle for 20th place, a battle that Roke will not want to be in particularly. But he's now going to be on the inside, and he makes the move stick past Mocho, and now he has got Sean Grant in his sights up front, as now James Willows is closing up to these guys. Kuba is only actually 3.8 seconds off, so he has closed up a significant amount. And let's see if Kuba can close up as they head towards traffic. We only have 6 laps to go, and Gallo's gone wide, and he's taken out. Moichin with him. That's a big crash with just 4 laps to go. There's nothing happened in this race, but now there has been a crash. And that is a huge accident between Miklos Gal and Roland Moichin coming through Pouon there. And Miklos Gal, who made that mistake earlier, but unfortunately didn't take anyone out, has taken his Hungarian counterpart, Roland Moichin, out there in a big way. debris everywhere there, but fortunately I believe both drivers will be okay. But that is those two out of the race, and Gal, who was only running in a lonely 10th place, and Wojciech was running 11th, so you can see Gal goes wide there, and he just comes back on. He probably doesn't see Wojciech there. That is a big incident there, with just 4 laps to go. That hands Evan Byrne a couple of places, who we haven't seen at all this race. You can see he comes through, just goes wide, gets understeer, and he just loses the car. He just comes back right in front of Wojciech there. It was a big crash. So you can see coming in slow motion, he just goes wide there and probably doesn't expect or doesn't look in his mirrors. The Wojciech's there, and then there's the contact. Big contact there, and heavy damage to both cars, especially to Miklas Gal's car. He's lost his whole front of it. He's lost both his left side wheels. He's left his front right wheel. His car is in pieces at this moment in time as Wojciech's car gets pushed away. James was at the moment in first, and now there's a brake problem, and that is Alan Wolf with just 4 laps to go. So there's a brake problem, so now the cars are beginning to start falling by the wayside. So Alan Wolf is now going to have to go in the pits to repair that with just 4 laps to go. Unfortunately there for Wolf, it has not been his day. Willis has still got a comfortable gap at the moment ahead of Waze Cooper, who's got past Roke, and now he needs to get past Sean Grant in front of him. Now here is a battle for 12th place. This is between Xavier Quinlan and Sam Thompson as they come through the bus stop chicane. Evan Byrne running in 10th place at the moment. Viggo Holt still running in 11th at the moment. James Willows is in first at the moment, comfortably in front. And then, there's contact, and Thompson goes around, and Quinlan keeps it on the track, but that probably ends that battle for 12th place there between the two. And let's see what happened on board with Thompson. So he got the slipstream, and Quinlan moved to the right. Then I suppose there's just been a movement there, and unfortunately he went into the back of Quinlan, did Sam Thompson, and he rejoined the track. And unfortunately that's not good for him. But here is your race leader, James Willows, who, despite making that poor start, has got his strategy worked to perfection. He's got a 2.5 second gap over Kuba. I wasn't expecting him to be up here after that poor start, but Volker, unfortunately, his strategy did not work out. The 2-stop for him didn't work very well, as James Willows comes through on Kuba. Is close behind there. He is closing the gap. It's now down to 2.4 seconds. But unless James Willows makes a mistake on this lap, it looks like it is going to be his victory. He won last time out in Hungary in the 100th OC race, and what had been a bad season for him had improved a little bit with that victory. And with this victory in the bag, this does close the gap in the to the top of the standings, which will be needed, because Willows before Hungary was not really in it at all. But now with the double win, he will be right back in it. He'll only be around about, I'd say, 15 points off. Which if he gets just a couple more wins, which are possible, then he could still be in it as long as he consistently finishes in the points. But that is the problem though. Volker, who is running in 3rd place, and he might even overtake Evan Byrne in the championship here, because Evan Byrne at the moment is scoring no point. He's running in 10th place. It's been a poor race from his point of view. Never really been in the hunt for any chance of points. But as James Willows comes through Pouhon for the final time here at the Belgian Grand Prix, he took victory at Hungary in the 100th race last time out, and he comes through the bus stop chicane for the final time, comes through the right, now he comes through the left, and now he comes down the pit straight, and James Willows takes his 2nd consecutive victory this season here at Spa. Congratulations to him. And in 1 hour 90 minutes, that was a quick race. Waze Kuba comes home in 2nd. George Roke set to come home in 15th place after that first collision with Levi. And now behind him come a few cars. There comes Sean Grant, Adam Wolf, and Felix Sontag, all coming in one behind the other. But Florian Volker takes 3rd place, and he will take the lead of the championship crucially in this race, as now Michael Mocho comes across the line in 19th place. Not a good race for him at all. But Jay McKenzie set to come home and take his best finish of the season. He comes home in P4. Congratulations to him. And Alex Southgate, after that collision with Joseph Willis, he drops down to 5th place. It could have been so much better for Southgate after that great start, but he comes home P5. That's still a good amount of points. Joseph Willis set to come home in 6th place. Not been a good race for him. Not really been on the pace compared to his teammate Waze Kuba. But he comes across the line. His Tyler Hope still very slim at the moment, but he still has it. But Ricky Fargrazane set to come home and take his first points of the season since Australia, the first race of the season. He comes home in 7th, and that's exactly where he finished in Australia as well. Viggo Holst set to come home in 8th place for the Danish driver, and 9th place is going to be Armand Carr. And Evan Byrne comes home in 10th place. He had a comfortable points lead a few races ago, but now that has been completely evaporated. And now Roman Quag set to come home in 11th place for Lotus, and he comes across the line as he comes to the bus stop chicanes, I should say, and now he comes across the line. Not the race that he would have wanted, Well, it was actually a pretty good race for him, I should say, but the opposite for his teammate Mocho. But Quinlan comes home in 12th, just ahead of Sam Thompson, who caught up to him right before the end. But Lucas Levi set to come home in 14th place. There'll be stern words from George Roke, I reckon, after this race. But there is your winner. James Willers takes his second consecutive victory of the season, and here are the full race results. James Willers in first, Wade Scuba second, Florian Volker third, Jamie McKenzie fourth, Alex Southgate fifth, Joseph Willers sixth, Ricky Hargrave seventh, and Bigger Horst eighth, with the following drivers not scoring any points: Armar Carr, Evan Byrne, Roman Quagg, Xavier Quinn, and Sam Thompson. The following drivers also a lap down and with no points: Lucas Levi, George Roke, Sean Grant, Adam Wolf, Felix Sontag, Michael Mocho, with Roland Moichin, Miklos Gal, and Robbie Inescu not finishing the race. And now we will have a look at the fastest laps. Volker sets the fastest lap with a 1:46.4. Southgate second. James Willers third. Wade Cooper fourth. Jamie McKenzie fifth. Moichin sixth. Holst seventh. Gal eighth. Byrne ninth. Joseph Willers 10th. Amakar 11th. Farquharson 12th. Sam Thompson 13th. Sontag 14th. Wolf 15th. Lucas Levi 16th. Roke 17th. Quinlan 18th. Quagg 19th. Grant 20th. Mocho 21st. Poor pace from him. 3.3 off. And Inescu, of course, was taken out on the first lap. But now we will have a look at the drivers and constructors standings. So Florian Volker, before we do, Miklos Gal has got a 10-place grid penalty for an unsafe rejoin, so that will be implemented for the next race in Italy. But in the Drivers' Championship, Florian Volker does take the lead from Evan Byrne by 3 points now, 67 to 64. Wade Cooper, who is now just 12 points behind Byrne, but is now 15 points behind Florian Volker. James Willers now up to 4th place. Now he does have a slim chance still in this Drivers' Championship. James Willers in 5th. You could say he probably still has a small chance. Miklos Gal, don't think he's really in it now, unfortunately. And now a big gap down to Alex Southgate in 7th with 25. Bigger Horst also with 25. Felix Sontag in 9th with 16. Rokes 10th with 16. McKenzie now all the way up to 11th with 12. Carr 12th with 11. Moichin 13th with 10. Inescu 14th with 8. Wolf 15th with 5. And same points as Ren Jans in 16th. Ricky Farquharson now up to 17th with 4 points. Roman Quagg 18th with 3. Sean Grant 19th with 2, and Lucas Levi also with 2, with Sam Thompson, Xavier Quinn, and Michael Mocho on 0 points. Red Bull in the constructor standings leading by 9 points ahead of McLaren, who are 9 points ahead of Ferrari, who are comfortably 58 points behind ahead of Mercedes, I should say, in the constructors. Mercedes, who are 6 points ahead of Force India, and who are 7 ahead of Renault. Toro Rosso 7th with 19, who are 8 points ahead of Sauber. 9th, Williams with 5, Lotus 10th with 3, and Virgin 11th with 2, meaning, as I said, all 11 teams have scored in the constructors. Well, that has been the Belgian Grand Prix. Not the most exciting of races, unfortunately, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Don't forget to vote, as usual, for your driver of the day and give the race a rating out of 10. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and we will see you for the next round of the season, the Italian Grand Prix at the infamous Autodrome International Monza circuit. Thanks for watching, and see you later.